Well, hello, YouTube, and welcome back again to have another discussion. Now, I know I've been starting out with some deep dives into random topics, and I love doing that, and I'm probably going to do a lot more of that. But today I want to talk about something. It's going to be a little bit of fun. We're going to see if we can have a little fun without being too mean. Don't expect anything particularly mean. Sorry, kicking the desk there. Um, I want to talk about trolls and what I think of trolls. The fact that maybe I'm probably some troll like tendency within me that, is. But doing this YouTube thing, it's interesting. I picked up a troll. I don't think it's my own troll. I think I just happened to be interacting with another channel that, for whatever reason, this person has problems with, and that's fine. I don't really care. I've mentioned before. I'm a free speech absolutist. I am for their right to think. So I got this troll, made a couple comments on my videos. I made comments back. The first one sincere, then I read another one of his comments, and it's like, okay, this guy's just looking here to bring negativity. So I don't remember what his beef was. It's gone now. I don't know if YouTube deleted it, if he deleted it, or she, or whoever they are. I generally just don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what the facts are, but it was there and now it's not. So I'd like to refer you to the comments. I'd like to maybe even post a screenshot or something too to go with it, or maybe I should make. I would have made the screenshot like maybe a thumbnail or something, but um, but they made some comments about me being brainwashed by somebody from another channel. I've known this other channel for like a week or two. My ideas are mine. What you've heard me say isn't because somebody I met 2 weeks ago. That's just not realistic how people work. People don't change in 2 weeks because they're brainwashed. Brainwashing is a long, systematic process that creates a lot of agony for the person. Don't brainwash people. That's a terrible plan. But but I wanted to talk about it and I wanted to have a little fun with it because honestly, I thought the troll was a little uncreative. I was better at trolling the troll, I think, than they were, and I was mostly amused by them. See, because I'm a former computer programmer, I understand things like algorithm. And I'm going to provoke a troll to drive engagement on my videos. That's what I'm going to do. So if you start trolling me, I'm probably just going to troll you back and I win from that. So do your worst, and I'm probably going to see it that way. But instead of really getting in here and hating on trolls, um, I thought maybe I'd come here and help you with what might troll me. What like if you're looking to get a rise, if you're getting to irritate me, if you want to make me quit, well, guess what? I thought about all this before I put my first video online. I'm going to have to deal with trolling. I'm going to have to deal with things far worse when other people out there get a wind of what I'm doing. If I ever get big enough that people from my past find out, I'm going to have to deal with problems much larger than trolling. It is what it is. So come at me if you think you can get under my skin. If you can make me quit, I don't deserve to be here. If you can agitate me to the point I'm not having a good time, then I'm doing the wrong thing. But if you want some tips, come at me. One, ad hominem attacks just aren't really going to interest me. Like, why would I care? If you think I'm ugly, you think I'm stupid, you think I'm foolish, you think I'm long-winded, you think there are all kinds of things you can we and some of those are fair criticisms. I am ugly. Look at my teeth. You want to get at me? Get at my teeth. Yeah. If there's a physical feature of myself that irritates me, it's my teeth. Maybe you can go after that. I don't know. I'm not bothered by personal attacks, so I don't know. Maybe on a bad day, you might be able to get under my skin with a tooth comment. I don't know. If you find a way to make me feel bad about my hair, that might hurt my feelings. I like my hair. I'm proud of my hair, and it's off in videos sometimes. Maybe you could try to make fun of my I don't know, a frizzy hair, or it's floofy, or it's funny. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. What else could you come after me with? Well, it's the ideas. The problem is the average troll isn't going to be smart enough to catch up with most of my ideas, so I don't really know what to say there. I would say that if you could comment my ideas and you could tear them down with legitimate argument, legitimate debate, and convince me that I'm wrong about things, that'll hurt my feelings, maybe for a few days, but I've spent a life being disappointed. I've spent a life of answering questions of seeking answers to questions that I didn't really want the answer to when I got there. and I still update to what reality is showing me. So I just don't I don't see that working. You might be able to get under my skin. You might be able to get me to have a rough time accepting a new concept because change is hard. We don't like changing our opinions and our beliefs, and that's fine. So you might be able to get me there. Um, I guess if you create a distraction in my channel and it's turning people off, then yeah, I'll just block you. So I guess there's that. I really don't want to do that. I like the engagement. I encourage the trolls to come onto my videos. But it was funny because this person that one of their comments, they came at me and they were calling me, I don't know, brainwashed by this other guy. They had things to say about his ideas, and he called me a blabberer, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And I can't disagree with him on those points. I'm a long-winded blabberer. I'm a deep-thinking guy without a lot of answers. I'm here to help people ponder. I'm here to ponder with others, and whatever that means. I don't even know if I have a goal for what success looks like. I'm just having a good time doing this. To the point that I'm here having a good time talking about trolling experiences. I'm trying to feed the trolls. I'm trying to give you what you might attack me with because why not? I guess now that we're here, let's talk about why trolls don't get under my skin. Because frankly, the way people treat me isn't about me. Um, I don't. If somebody wants to call me a name, even when there's truth in it, the fact that they needed to do something with the intent to harm me or upset me or make me feel like whatever they're trying to tell me I am, I don't, it's about them. It's their immaturity that makes them want to attack people for reasons that are bad. It's their immaturity for wanting to stifle somebody else's creativity. It's their problem somebody else's success threatens them. It's their problem somebody else doing something useful for society makes them feel worthless. Whatever it is that drives a troll to do what they do, it's on them. It's their reasons for doing it. Just like when I'm trolling somebody back, I'm doing it for my reasons. It has nothing to do with them. I can go find a comment to troll anywhere. It doesn't have to be any particular subject. It doesn't have to be any particular anything. If I'm just in the mood to troll, I'll troll. But be creative about it. Like just telling me I'm brainwashed by somebody else. Like, I mean, come on. You can do better than that. You can be like, look, it's just obviously you can look at this guy. He's a stupid hippie that doesn't know what he's talking about. He's probably smoked too much weeds and done too many mushrooms to be able to put a coherent, useful thought for society together again. That would be a takedown. That would at least be involving something I did in trying to, I don't know, dissuade people from enjoying my content. If that's what you want to do. Um, it's pretty unoriginal to say some other channel's brainwashing me. I just like I don't even I don't even know what to do with that. Like if I'd love to find out if somebody could brainwash me. I I don't know, man. I've 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 always marched to the beat of my own drum. I've always done things my own way. I remember being, I must have been 18, 19 years old. And where I come from, there was a gentleman named Matt Hale. And Matt Hale was a racist son of a bitch. He went out and said horrible things, horrible, hateful things about people. And one day he was in the back of an Office Max, and he was at the photocopier printing up little booklets I assumed that he had made, and he was making these little booklets so that he could give out information to people. And I walked up to him recognizing who he was, a horrible racist skinhead motherfucker. He was bald as shit. He's a little scrawny little shit, and I was back then too. I was probably 150, 160 pounds back in those days. My late teens, I was a scrawny motherfucker. I was a rock climber. It was actually really cool. I was actually pretty lean, but still didn't have a lot of weight, which is useful for climbing against gravity. Um, and so I went back and I asked him. I just said, "Hey, I've heard you believe other races are inferior and that you actually think active things against them are worth doing." I approached him, provoking him with, "This is what I've heard you think. Would you like to speak with me about that?" And boy, was he excited. He started telling me all these things about genetic differences in different organs being different, brain size being different. And he started telling me all of this stuff and why he was trying to justify his racism. And he was trying to tell me why all of the other races are inferior. And I listened because, well, that's what you do when you're exchanging ideas. I wasn't there to be an asshole to somebody that I didn't personally know to be an asshole worthy of being an asshole to. I needed to hear it from the horse's mouth. Are you a hateful, racist person? And are you consistent with your ideas? And is that genuinely deeply held and something you need to propagate your hate through society for? If you don't have those things, I've got no hatred for you. It could just be a representation of you that I've read about online or in the news. So I gave him his chance, and he explained all these things to me. And reasonable, thoughtful me that I've always been, my question back to him, because he was talking about how they're inferior and that they're a drain on our resources. And so, because they require resources and they're inferior, extermination is okay in his mind. That was the gist of the argument as I understood it. And my response was, "Oh, so does your group also teach that all animals that we keep as pets should also be exterminated?" And I was pretty much done with his next sentence. "Oh no, that's different, and let me tell you why." Bullshit, you inconsistent sack of shit. You've now crossed the line. You've tried to feed me a narrative and then said that narrative doesn't matter when you don't want it to. Not cool. If you can have a pet who is inferior and you have to spend resources on that to get love and attention or whatever the things we get out of pets, right? The companionship that we get out of pets. If you have to spend resources on an inferior being, isn't that shouldn't you also teach that pets are a stain, a horror, dragging on us on our resources? And I'll be honest, I was done listening at that point. It was a sincere question that I expected him to say, "Oh yeah, you nailed it on the head there. It's all about our survival." That's what I expected. That to me would have been a consistent argument. That to me would have at least been somebody who's sincere in what they're trying to do me. Instead, he was trying to twist and contort facts to convince me of things that weren't true. And so after that, it was just I was asking him questions, and he actually picked up his stuff, and then he started leaving because I actually knew people that lived at the office max, and nobody was gonna no they weren't particularly kind to him, is my understanding anyway. They refused to do the copies and things for him. They would just tell him to use the self-serve stuff, and they wouldn't help him because who wants to help a hateful racist? This is a guy who ended up later going to prison because he tried to hire a hitman to have a federal judge killed. Like that's who we're talking. I went and stood and had a conversation with a dude who murder for hire like tried to kill a judge. Like craziness, crazy stuff. Um but that's me. I have to know, I have to understand, I have to see the questions. So if you want to come at me with an idea, that's the dude you're dealing with. A dude that'll walk up to a stone cold killer and say, "Are you really what I've heard you are?" And I've heard it from the horse's mouth, and now I have no qualms of judging Matt Hale for his beliefs as he presented them to me personally in a personalized format where I get to ask questions and make sure I understood the answers. That happened. If you think you control me, great, come at me. But the way he treated me was about him. The way I treated him was about me. I was curious. I wanted to understand. I wanted to know once and for all if this guy really was the hateful monster that we should all abhor in society. If this is the kind of guy that I should say is a horrible racist. I don't want to say that about people. That's a horrible thing to say about somebody that's not a racist. Who would call a non-racist a racist? That's a horrible thing to do. I don't like name calling anyway. I don't really like labels. I'm not a huge let's call things this or that. Like and that has to do with the way minds process language and conceptuality. Like our experience informs what we have as a concept, and there's just not. It's just the way it is. There's a difference. This is the same concept of why does everybody panic over defining a woman? Why is this such a thing? Well, it's because we all to a degree look at our mother for what a woman is, and people who grew up without their mother in their lives like I did, we have like an absence of what mothers are supposed to be like. I had to spend a lot of time learning how to understand women because I didn't have that in my life. I didn't see the way that they operated, and I had to be very deliberate about learning and understanding the other gender. It's just what I had to do because I didn't have an example in my life. I didn't have something informing my concept of what a woman was or what a mother was or any of those things. And and I think that makes it difficult for us to see things from the same point of view. So I think that's important where we get these personal interactions where we have these ways. This is why I provoke trolls. This is why I ask trolls what they mean or to be more specific. And most of the time trolls are just mean-spirited people that want to tear down. They aren't actually trying to make a point against me. They're trying to satisfy something within themselves that that they don't know how to fulfill other than making people less than them. They can't feel big without creating small. And that's just a sad place to be. I can feel just fine while people are name calling me. I am a blabber. Why can't we all just accept our faults too? I am a rambler. I am a blabber. You'll see it in my videos. If you don't want to hear rambling about weird ideas, don't come here. That's what I'm about. I'm not sure I don't see it as an insult though. I think he meant it as an insult. And that's okay. Again, I'm free speech absolutely. Come at me, bro. Like, because look, I'm gonna have to get battle tested sometimes. Is it gonna be now or it's gonna be when I'm on the verge of success? And then what am I gonna do if I don't have the skin thick enough? I need trolls to come at me. I guess I'm saying come at me, bro. Maybe that'll be the title of this fucking video. Come at me, bro, or come at me, troll. Like, I invite it because if I don't have the resilience to do this, why am I here? Why am I here? Why would I share my interpersonal thoughts and feelings with people if I wasn't openly and actively expecting critique? And that's okay. There are people that have asked questions. There are people that have disagreed with me. I've engaged some wonderful people. Some people have I've clarified some things that people thought were great. They disagree with other things. I think that's fine. My goal, and the reason I think those people are making comments on my videos, is that my goal is not to agree with everyone. My goal is to think about it. I want to see your side. Maybe you're right. Maybe your way of looking at it will make me feel better. Maybe my way of looking at trolls will help other people out there dealing with troll problems feel better. Maybe I'll help trolls feel better. In fact, we're approaching 20 minutes here. How long can we go on troll? So here's how I want to end this video. Anybody who comes and trolls me, I hope you get whatever you want. I really hope that whatever satisfaction you're trying to get, you get. Sometimes I hope you even get the rise out of me you're looking for. I don't know. I I want you to live your life the way you live it because that's what I believe above all else life is all about. It is our unique superior experience, our unique choices. It is the universe chose us to be this, and there nothing makes sense other than for the experience. Nothing else to me makes sense about life than we're doing this thing for the joys of it. And that means you've got to be you. Because if you're not you, then what if you miss out on the experience that the universe was needing? And I guess that plays into a deeper subject of we're a part of the universe, so our experience is important to the universe because of how wholes work. Just like a cell is important to us. Maybe a single cell, but the collection of cells ultimately matters. If enough cells stop doing their job, stop being what they are as a cell, we'll die. And the universe, what if the universe might die because we're unwilling to be ourselves? So go out, be a troll. Go out, be you. Do what makes you happy. I mean, I recommend doing things that aren't illegal, try not to hurt people. I'd rather see it that way. But you know what? Those people exist and there's nothing I can do about it. There are people that are bad intentioned and there's nothing I can do about that. All I got to do is how I decide to interact with that. And this is how I choose to interact with that. Well, anyway, again, I thank you all for being here. If you liked what I had to say, if you thought there's some useful ideas here, I'd appreciate some like, subscribe, whatever, comment. Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me what you think I left out. What other ways are useful for you dealing with trolls? If you're a troll, does this bother you? Because yeah, I'm trying to troll you. Don't tell anyone. But it is what it is. And with that, I wish you all just a very good day.